Tweet, dang it. Tweet. Welcome back to Against the Storm. Now I'm noticing, there we go. Welcome back to Against the Storm with Dread Canary. I am Dread Canary. The game is Against the Storm, and we are not playing on Iron Man mode today. You'll also notice no face cam. Just feeling a little not so hot, so didn't feel like getting all gussied up for the video. But we're still here. Now, the not feeling so hot is part of why I'm not doing Against the Iron Storm. And the other part is that the recent Rainpunk Part 2 update that just happened is still a little bit buggy. It was game-losingly buggy when I tried it this morning. And as of a couple minutes ago, they're still getting reports in that I'm seeing on the Reddit of bugged Glade events. And I don't want to potentially ruin the run for something that is a bug rather than, skill at playing and making the optimal choices. So I'm going to let them iron out the bugs for a few more days before I continue Against the Iron Storm. In the meantime, I do want to still showcase this Rainpunk 2 update, which has removed the classic Spark Dew and made it all rainwater. So let's go ahead. This is my for fun run. You'll notice that it is definitely not the Iron Run because, for one thing, everything's unlocked. If I go over to the Upgrades tab, all the way up. Oh, hey! Sometimes when they do updates and they change upgrades there, I lose out on a collection. But that's okay. We'll go ahead and do that. And if we go over to Deeds, you'll see, for example, I have not unlocked Gates. We have 85 games started, 27 lost. This is where I've been practicing the higher level prestiges, so that makes sense. So let's go ahead and get back out to the main menu. And we are going to do the Coral Forest. We're going to drop ourselves down to Prestige 1 just so we can focus on game mechanics and not have to worry about the increase in difficulty for a buggy run. And we're going to name ourselves something like Drainy. Because Draino is a specific product, and Drainy is the thing being drained, right? Now, Coral Forest, very nice. Of course, I love beavers. We love humans. So I'm going to go with the central one. I thought about going for the top and just filling all up on beavers, but I do want a nice mix. So we're going to go for the nice mix in the middle here. We're playing on Prestige 1 for this, and I feel like I do want some basic farms, and we will get some coal. And we'll finish it off with some veggies, just to make sure we got a little extra food to start off with. So with this patch, they changed a number of things, including how rainwater works, and the wildfire essence cost of new hearths, and a couple of other cornerstones. So let's take a look at our mysteries. We have free 5 clearance water for every 10 drizzle water that we gather. That's interesting. Looks like this mystery is going to really push us in the direction of using the new mechanics. That's great. I wanted to show that off anyway. We've got our usual debuff. We have people slow down if they're not on roads. Just more reason for me to use all the roads that we already know I love making. Absorption. Blight Rot cysts can take longer to burn. Okay, not fun. Complex food, or people eat too much. No problem there. And people eat too much. No real bad problems here. And of course, on Prestige 1, our only real issue is that we need 4 more points, which I do so I can do a full-length video of the game. So, of course, Coral Forest, the trees are all kinds of wonky shapes, so I'm not going to make a nice squared-off area. I am just going to set up some wood-cutting camps. And since I can actually afford it... Wow, that's a great start. Look at that. Dangerous glade, dangerous glade, dangerous glade, dangerous glade, dangerous glade, dangerous glade. So the only... Oh, and then if I push through one, we got a dangerous glade over here. This is a great place to start. That's just wonderful. I love that. Oh, looks like we're going to have humans, beavers, and harpies. Okay, let's put a human in the hearth. Run ourselves a nice road. Go to ×3 speed. Now you'll notice that I actually built 3 wood chopping camps this time. When I'm not... This is what I do basically any game in which I don't have... There we go. in which I don't have that increased cost that you get from higher difficulties. So in the Coral Forest, I'm not too worried about the Forester's Hut. I would mostly just want the crystallized dew for making tools, but I'll get that for free from some of the trees, and that's usually enough. The temple is nominally good. I've got two species that like education, harpies and beavers. We got one species that likes religion. That would be the humans. And of course, the Sacrament of the Flame lets you burn resources for longer when you're lowering hostility, when you're what I call happy burning. We got the greenhouse for mushrooms and herbs, which will require water and some fertile ground. But having a non-stop source of herbs is great for trading, and mushrooms are a very, very good foodstuff. And then, of course, the cellar, which lets us make wine for the beavers, and then much less efficiently pickled goods for the beavers and jerky for humans and harpies. So I'm going to get the greenhouse, I think. You know, I specifically said we're testing out the new features. Let's grab that advanced rain collector. And really wants me to take a forester's hut, but I'm not gonna. Let me check something about flour. Can be made out of mushrooms. And we did take the greenhouse. So our third building, we are going to go ahead and take that stamping mill. Copper bar is kind of a waste. I don't really want oil. But I would need flour before I did anything else. Ooh, this is rough. I don't love any of these because, we'll get the stamping mill. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. This is fine. Let's go ahead and set up a trapper's camp over here for these insects. We want a harvester's camp over here for this pile of reeds. And let's take a look at what we can get for our first cornerstone. A free ancient tablet for every 2 completed glade events is a great way to get money, because ancient tablets sell for a lot. 10 amber for every time a villager dies or leaves is not going to be a problem on Prestige 1. +1 production to all packs of goods is really good for trading, but otherwise, meh. And +1 harpy resolve for every 70 cosmetics produced would make me have to do a lot of cosmetics, which would require a whole chain of supplies that I don't want to pre-commit to getting this early in the game. So I'm going to go ahead and grab Hidden Reward, as it seems the most rewarding, as it were. Okay, now this is a hard choice. Because we get a +1 to a building material production in either direction, and that is always great. We can get +1 to fabric, which we will need for the harpy houses, +1 to planks, which we will need for the beaver houses. But of course, the 3 packs also comes with +1 grain production, and I believe I started with a small farm. So let's go ahead and take the +1 grain and +1 fabric, and hope that we find some fertile ground at some point. Have an ancient tablet. Well, our first mystery is going to definitely give us ancient tablets, so that's tempting. But we're definitely going to solve 2 dangerous glade events, and +1 copper ore would be great if I wasn't on this map. So let's go with the relics. Get humans up to 27 resolve. I don't think I can do that in 7.5 minutes. Like, if I got housing, that would get us to 6, and if I favored, or that would get us 6, and if I favored them, that would get us another 5, getting us up to 11. Right now, they're at 5, so that would get us to, like, 16. I don't think we can get to Joyful Humans that quickly, and I do not want to wait as long as I'll have to for the flock, so let's take Problem Solver here. Now, the idea, as always, is to just kind of push our way toward the dangerous glades, but we're not going to open them in year 1. Hey, chat. Glad to see you here. As you're saying, resolve of 20 is doable, but not 27. Yeah, 27, these orders are usually possible, but it's usually quite hard. Like, right now they're at 11, and again, if I favored them and got them in their best housing, that gets us to 22. So it's possible that I could then lower the hostility by firing all these guys and burning my excess fuel, which would get us just there. But it's such a commitment so early in the game that I feel like it'll just set me behind for the rest of the game. It's wonderful how fast we can expand when we've got 3 full wood choppers going from year 1. Now, of course, with this update, there's also roughly like a week, I believe, a poll in which when you first load into the game, you can vote for what of 3 concept races they're going to add to the game as the 5th playable race. Our options are toads, who will apparently like working with corruption and water. They like the rain. Our option includes bats, who are going to be augmented with Rainpunk technology and like brawling, and I believe the other one was luxury. Or foxes, who are apparently mystically connected to the forest and really value exploration. I don't know what any of that means mechanically, aside from like the 2 services that were referenced by the bats. But I cast my vote this morning after reading that, and if you've got a copy of the game, you can, as soon as you log in, you can do it, though of course you only get to vote once, and they will not let you change your vote, so be sure that you know what aesthetic you want to go for when you vote. I'll be happy to talk about what I voted for after the thing is complete. Now, I don't want to deal with Hostility 2, especially with harpies this angry, and I haven't built any housing yet. But we have plenty of wood, so we can afford to fire everybody. And I do mean everybody. We're going to just queue this up for next year and put 2 wood cutting. You know what? Let's get all 3. Let's get all 3 over here. We are going to grab some houses, and since this is going to be temporary housing, I'm just going to... You guys, you won't mind facing the forest, will you? We need 12 houses, or 12 housing, and each of these covers 3. 12 because it's 3 each. We've got 10 people. It's the closest number. And that's going to instantly get us there. We'll build ourselves a nice, let's do something a bit weird. 1, 2. We're going to wall off our temporary housing from the rest of the map. There we go. Now we've got some happiness. And I don't usually do this, but since we can do it and stay at Hostility 0, I'm going to go ahead and open up this glade during the storm, so we can make sure that we have it finished before the next storm. And I really should think about getting a crude workstation down. This advanced rain collector, okay. Up to 2x3, that's interesting. I don't know. Yeah, you know what? We're just going to stick it there. We're on Prestige 1. I don't have to play at the top of my game. I can just do things that I think are pretty. Alright, we are dealing with the what? Hello. No, we don't want a road there. We do want a stone cutter's camp. Heck yeah. And there is our fertile ground that we needed for the farm. It is all coming up roses right now. Let's just go ahead and do this, do that, swoop this all the way back here. And what do we need for this? We will need cloth or packs of provisions. Packs of provisions that we can definitely do. Let's get some harpies. Things I don't usually say. We will grab another beaver here. We'll grab another beaver here. And our second one will be all mushrooms can plant. All farms can plant mushrooms. Doesn't seem necessary given that I've got a greenhouse and a small farm. So we're going to ignore mushroom seedlings. +1 wood production, but harvesting and planting being slower. No, because I have invested into farms already, so rooty ground not so great, despite it being a +1 production. And of the two that remain, Ancient Hearth's resistance could be good if I let the queen get impatient, but Smuggler's Visit seems so much stronger as a option for just setting up our economy. So I'm going to take Smuggler's Visit. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to get, because I'm pretty certain I didn't, yeah, we are going to lock in a workshop. And the reason we're going to lock in a workshop is so that I can just lock in having efficient building materials for everything from the beginning. Like, I might not even need this crude workstation. I'm just going to move it to the side, and we are going to set up 2 workshops right here. And the reason 2 is because 1 is never enough to produce everything that I need for building materials, and 2 usually is. So we need to make sure we've got 4 of everything. 4 of everything. And let's set 2 harpies in here. And we're going to set a harpy in here, doing packs of provisions out of berries until we have 8. And, you know, in fact, I'm going to put a human in here as well. And let's go ahead and put 2 humans on this with packs of provisions, and we're going to keep the supplies. Now, as soon as they start making a second pack, we're going to turn off packs of provisions, prompting this human to immediately deliver the ones we already have, and then get fired. And then get fired. There we go. Let's go up here. Have fulfill 40 jerky, have 6 harpy houses to make harpies permanently happy, or have 50 roots to get 5 beavers. You know, let's make harpies happy. Open 3 dangerous glades in 9 minutes. No, thank you. Let's take the human relatives. So we are now committing to jerky and biscuits. I don't mind that at all. So you only need to be making planks. You don't even need to be making planks. Because we have a workshop. Let's go ahead and put in this. We're going to set a cap of 30 of everything that's not pipes. You can make it out of whatever you can find. Let's go. They're already working that. That's beautiful. You don't need to be doing anything. That's great. We've got some loose people, so let's go ahead and throw 3 harpies in the woodcutter's camp. And I've got 1 human around doing building. We've got 2 humans solving this ancient shrine before it can kill anybody. That is perfect. Continuing our great start. Also, I mean, not only did we find some amazing resources on this side, there's also coal over here, letting us get even better fuel. Now, I don't love the position of this manufactory, but not enough that I'm willing to take it apart. I hate that it's facing a farm, because I like having roads between my buildings, but I'm gonna need to, you know, do that. And I think that means that how I'm gonna do this is run a road like so, like that. road all the way around our hearth. And we are going to run a road on this side, like that. Looks great to me. Delete this. Again, I've got one human doing my building. Oh, there we go. Now we're up to 3 humans. Gets us a second workshop, which will be extremely helpful soon. Let's make harpy housing first, and then a beaver house, I think. We are going to raise our cap on everything to 50. And then we're going to go over here, and we're going to, again, 50, 50, 50. And since we are going to be using this, let's set this to 10, because I don't think I'm ever going to want a ton of them in reserve. I'm just going to want some. There we go. Okay, so we're at hostility 2, which is a bit higher than I'd like it to be. Let's go ahead and fire these blokes. Down to hostility 1. And we will definitely want to free up just a little space back here. Let's put a pair of humans in the small farm. For one thing, I'm going to need packs of crops. And for another thing, I'm soon going to be needing to be working on some stamping mills. There's so many jobs that we have that we're not working on yet. It occurs to me, okay. I was going to put the warehouse where I just cleared out these trees, but given that I'm going to have a mine right here, maybe it makes sense for me to not do that. We definitely want more beaver. Okay, now this is interesting because we have 4 excellent options. Forest mitigation, of course, lowers hostility. Lowering hostility can win you games. 40% faster wood cutting gets you a lot of wood and gets you into those glades faster. Getting an additional trade route slot and traders arriving faster is huge once I start setting up a trade empire. And steel pickaxes is just so much stone production that all 4 of these would be amazing. I don't worry too much about wood when I've got access to coal, because I will be able to burn coal and save my wood for planks. So I don't think I need reinforced axes. I don't think I need forest mitigation. 10 hostility per glade event adds up, but it doesn't add up quickly. Trade logs is ridiculously good at getting a ton of money, but I think I want steel pickaxes. Because not only will I get it from these massive stone deposits, but also it's a secondary on the coal deposit. So we will just have so much stone that we won't have to worry about brick components at all. And I think I forgot to fire my harpies. I think they've been chopping all through the storm, so that's good. We got a pack of provisions. Let's go ahead and say we want a pack of crops out of that. How many do we need? 3. And how many provisions do we need? 3. Which we'll do with meat. And for building materials, yeah, okay. 3, 4. 4. Let's go ahead and do this. We're in a solidly, we've got a solid economic base under us. It's just we don't have enough workers for all the jobs that we have, which is a very nice problem to have because that's a very prosperous town. When you've got more employment options than you have people to work, it means that you're definitely in a good spot for growth. Too many mouths to feed and not enough jobs, by contrast, is a lot worse. Okay, there's our provisions. There's our crops. And there's our building materials, too. We don't need any more packs. So let's go ahead and turn in that order. Get +1 to cloth production. Smelter is kind of useless because I've already got a good access to pipes, and I'm not going to be using copper bars. Forester's Hut continues to be useless for all the reasons it was useless before. The grill would only really be good for harpies who like skewers. So I'm going to get the trapper's camp, just because I'm going to get the trapper's camp. And let's start collecting these insects and these reeds. Two ancient tablets and 3 glades. Yes. Well, traders showing up faster. This ends up scaling very, very nicely. Plus, it comes with free parts. I'm not going to rush this. That seems rough. So let's go ahead and sign up for Beaver Resolve, which we'll get eventually. Alright, I forgot there's stone in the trees, too. Honestly, these vegetable patches are annoyingly placed because that's a beautiful lineup for a road. It's just great. It takes an existing road and just connects straight to another pre-existing straight road. That tickles my aesthetics so nicely. Let's move this around to the back here. We should be thinking about more houses. Not that I have people to build them yet. But we do have building materials coming in, so that's nice. And let's move this too. I really want to be freeing up more area around our first hearth. And, you know, since we're doing a more chill game, I'm actually going to pause a little more frequently and take multiple thumbnail shots and see if I like how that feels. So let's go ahead and grab one. I know I could go into the video afterward, but I have a tendency to forget that kind of thing. Okay, we're at Hostility 3, which is way higher than I'd like it to be. So we are going to go ahead and fire our wood chopping brigade. And we're going to get all of it this time. And we're going to pre-commit to opening up a new glade next year. Now this is double works by humans. Let's add another harpy in here. That should work beautifully. We've got a decent pile of building materials so we can get these houses up. It occurs to me we can build this manufactory and probably actually delete the makeshift post, because the manufactory is going to be able to make packs of provisions at 2-star efficiency. Very, very nice. I know I haven't set up a trader either. It's coming. And you know what? It's going to show up just right here. I think here looks really nice as a spot for a trader. We've got lots of wood chopping opportunities, so that means lots of beaver value right now. And in 22 seconds, we'll grab some more beavers. Every 2 newly completed Dangerous Glade events lowers hostility by 50 is huge. I don't like lowering the amount of nodes that I get. I'd rather have access to more resources that I don't use than cheap buildings. I'm not turning off trading. It's too good. And I'm not doing the trade hub because it's too easy to win. We're going to take Calming the Forest here. And our negative event here is Living Matter, which is going to eat some of our food supplies. A big forager's camp would be huge. And of these, because I've got workshops, I don't need the planks from the carpenter. So this would just give me simple tools, because I'm not going to do luxury goods. We all know I'm not going to do luxury goods. I've already got 2-star bricks, and we don't need copper bars on this map, so this would just give me pie. I'm not taking a building for just pie. Bakery would be really nice, because we're going to have grain, and we've got a greenhouse so we can have herbs, which means we'd be able to make biscuits and pie immediately, fulfilling biscuits for all 3 of our people, and pie for just humans. So that would be quite nice. But I think I actually want the smithy, because I want to lock in access to tools. And you know what? Coats aren't bad. As much as I don't usually make coats, they're not bad. Hey, Farliff, how you doing? Would you be willing to give me 23 amber? Yes, but not like that. Okay. +1 to simple tools is huge, because tools can win a game outright. And of course, when you've got something that cheap for faster wood cutting, it can. This is why the game gets so much harder once the prices of various goods go up on higher prestige levels. Because at low level prestige, I can just shoot things into the stratosphere. Like, this is 2 stars, but it's now giving me 3 tools instead of 2. For honestly not that many resources. So we'll be able to pump out tools the whole game. Unfortunately, I still have more jobs than I have workers. So that's okay. Queen's staying, you know, pretty patient. We're steadily climbing our way. We're going to move this over here and free up as much of that farmland as we can. We'll stick this in this corner. Sounds good. We're going to take these 2 dudes and we're going to swoop them back to clear out this area. Got a decent pile of fabric, very nice. Our food going down this fast is mostly a function of the living matter. I think we're okay on food, really. Hey, the harvester's camp is done. That's good. We can move the harvester's camp out of the way and toss these 2 harpies on clearing out this stone. And while we're here, let's turn in that 3 Glade event order to get 3 more workers, which we very much need. Hey, look at that. We can finally finish 3 camps worth of beavers, and we can set up a mine in this area. Never did make that stamping mill. And we are definitely going to want a blight post. So I'm going to line up the blight post here. And then I think what I'm going to do is put the stamping mill here. Looks good to me. We've got so much spare coal. How are we having this much coal? I think we must have gotten it from, like, rewards. We're going to say we're going to burn coal and not wood. Fulfill need for cleanliness 75 times, or fulfill education. Oh, no, just have scrolls. Ooh, more chance of double production. We know how much I love my chances of double production. Now let's stick a harpy in here. And we're going to use wood to make 10 purging fire. Look at all those times twos. My word, that's a lot of times twos. We're going to fire them, though. We're going to fire them as well. Okay. That works for me. And then for over here, we're thinking a human house and a beaver house. Beaver house. And we will put another pair of harpy houses back here. So let's see here. If we have 3, 4, 5 plus 6, that's going to be 22 housing. People are unhappy. Well, we can't have that, so let's burn a ton of stuff. What do we have? We got a human and a beaver, human and a beaver, beaver, human. Inconvenience. That's okay. We're going to go up here. We're going to drop 4 beavers into the mine. It's not mean. They will like it. And we're going to say this with bricks. And eventually we're going to say this with bricks and, I guess, pipes. I guess we're going to raise this to 15. Right, we need to be making... Well, I can't be because we need the food right now. Okay. Silent looting lowers that. Bonus resolve for trade routes seems really nice. 3 clay per minute is basically infinite bricks, but we're not going to have a problem with bricks given I took that stone bonus. Let's take friendly relations. We're going to put beavers in this. And we're going to put beavers here with, you know what, a harpy. With a beaver, like I was saying. Let's go ahead and have, I guess, 3 on that. And that's going to produce drizzle water. Or I guess it's going to produce all three types. It's just going to change based on the season. I will need some kind of advanced food thing, but I don't really want to use the field kitchen, which you can do. It's definitely an efficiency gain to do. It's just that I don't like that kind of efficiency gain. We're not using this for anything yet. How many pipes do we have? We have 13. Okay. That'll be a problem for in a minute because, oh, hey, hello. We need 35 clearance water. Well, we'll get that pretty soon because we have this mystery that during drizzle we get half as much clearance water as we get drizzle water for free. We've got drizzle water geyser there and a stormwater geyser there, which means we'll be able to power drizzle and storm buildings. So, hey buddy, how you doing? Oh, you're willing to lower the hostility of the forest. Well, that is very nice. And you're willing to make the storm shorter. Well, I mean, of course we're going to do that. For the record, I'm selling this many tools because we've got a smithy where I can easily get more tools. There we go. Now, just finish getting insects first, then we'll move you on to this meat pile. Food seems to be coming along nicely, which means I can totally justify sticking a harpy in here. And we don't want to make training gear just yet. We do want to just make packs of provisions. We're going to cap it at 20 because we're trying to get past those initial trades where you don't get very good rates of return, and it's better to just complete any trade than to try to sell a huge bulk. What are you stuck on? Huh. How long until this blows up? I think we're okay. Because if I understand this correctly, it is now going to start collecting... Yeah. Which means we'll have this instantly. Nice. And it'll only take them a minute and a half to clear, so once they get there, they can start work immediately. Go. Perfect. That is perfect. So I should be thinking about where I want to put my second hearth, yeah? We've got this area kind of developed, and unfortunately it's right where I would want to put it if I was going to put it over here. Yeah, that warehouse would still be in the way. Am I vain enough that I want to just rebuild the warehouse? I think I am. I 100% am vain enough that I just want to rebuild the warehouse. So, that's what we're doing. I don't know what else you would call it. It feels like vanity to rebuild a warehouse solely for aesthetic purposes. Wait. I'm dumb. We are playing next to a levitating monument. Oh my word, we're playing next to a levitating monument. Since we're playing next to a levitating monument, if I wanted to go here... No, the farm's in the way. If I wanted to go here... No. I think this is still the best spot for it. But what I can do is I can just move that. Go like so. And we will put a bunch of golden leaf plants in here. Which reminds me, I have not been working on upgrading this hub. So we probably should. You know, I'm feeling like I want to move this blight post. Yeah. Because what I can do is I can just put a wall along this line. We're going to move the stamping mill too in a moment. Because the stamping mill is going to make grain, right? So it makes sense to me, at least, to have it near the farm where we're getting the grain. So we do that, and we're going to delete these because I want to get proper housing for everybody. This has 20 out of the 14 that it needs to upgrade. So that looks good to me. With our 2 harpies running around building stuff. Are we burning? No, we're not. I think I left that on for too long. Hearth goes up. We really need to clear out these trees. Now we're going to add this to... We're going to make this meat. We're going to fire these, make them harpies. Because we know how much I really like having one species be my firekeeper. So we're just going to keep having one species be my firekeeper. Okay, tree went down. So we can build our final house of this area. I know I normally go to 24, but I am not feeling 24 today. I think that this looks like a really nice kind of town on its own. And then we're going to build a beaver house and 2 human houses out here. And I would love to run harpy houses in like this area, but they're not going to fit. So instead, we are going to run harpy houses like that. Which lets me just make another beautiful block that lines up exactly right. We've got plenty of building materials, which I didn't think I'd be able to do with just one workshop, but apparently it's working. And if I ever need a second, I'll have it ready to go. We're going to run these guys. How do I want to do this? Because we definitely want a greenhouse. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So this could be one. And this could be one. And then we'd have like these 3 set out to the side. So I could make a... Yeah, okay. We're going to make a warehouse here. And then we are going to make a greenhouse. A greenhouse. And, in case you were wondering, a greenhouse. Final order. Fulfill brawling for 30 seconds and have training gear. Well, I've got a building that makes training gear, so this seems great. Double advanced outpost just gives us +1 mushroom production. Or that's +2 training gear. Sell 3 ancient tablets and 20 fabric to get 5 pickled goods a minute and a guild house for free. Oh my god, that's amazing. I have an ancient tablet. Can we get 2 ancient tablets in... How long is that order? 15 minutes. We would need to solve 4 glade events. I don't know. that might be possible, and it's a really good benefit. So I am inclined to aim for it. We're going to try for this. It is going to be a bit rough, but we are going to aim for it. So if we need 4 Glade events, there's a couple of things we can be doing. First off, we can connect this to pipes. Second off, I don't know if I ever... No, I just used all the pipes that I needed. Okay, great. We are going to turn this all the way up. And we are going to turn off coats. We're going to toss a couple of beavers in here to start mass producing that. We never got around to our trading goods, so I should probably do that, yeah? What? How do I not have any packs of provisions? Did I just sell them? Ah, you hadn't delivered them yet. Okay. Yeah, you can tell I'm playing on a low prestige because I just sold a part. I willingly sold a part. That does not happen at higher levels. Favor harpies real quick. I could lower the hostility of the forest. I've got plenty of coal, but I don't want to. I think we're okay in the next 5 seconds. Alright. 1 amber for every 50 wood. Sounds amazing. Or bonus resolve for a minute every time I finish a trade route, which stacks duration. Or resource nodes have more stuff. These are all 3 of these are good. I'm going to go with the frequent caravans. And we are going to get some beavers up here. And we're going to rush our way into that. We are also going to fire all these beavers because we are also going to rush our way into this. And this. Is this nutty? Yes. Should I be doing it? I don't know. But I'm doing it anyway. Because we're going to try to get this timed order. Okay. So first off, this needs clearance water. So you're in. And we are going to immediately... just go away. We are going to go here. We're going to use the clearance water. We don't... On this save file, I don't need anything. But you know what? I do want to go the full 2 hours that I normally go. So let's go ahead and investigate. We got more people. We got a nice mix, so I want a nice balanced mix. That sounds good. We'll grab this. We'll add 2 more beavers to it. Let's go. We also... That's a kiln, which lets me make coal and jerky, which I do not want. So we are going to go ahead and do that. Because it's not dangerous glade events. It's glade events, right? So this is 2 glade events, which is going to get us 1 of our ancient tablets. Next tree that goes down. Oh. Well, that was faster than I thought it would be. Corrupted Caravan. We need Purging Fire, of which I have plenty. Glade events can carry more. Yes, please. Okay, every 2 minutes, Blight Rod says their spawn numbers equal to the current hostility level. Well, great. that might become a problem. And then finally, well, I've been saying I've got too many I don't have enough workers, so let's go ahead and investigate that. And we're going to fire all of our workers. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll get us the 2 that we need for that thing. I can put 4 beavers in here, which will let us keep getting coal. If we go up here, let's see. Meat, yes. Fabric, yes. Sure, we can sell reeds. That sounds good. Now that'll lower our hostility level quite a bit. Every 120 seconds, okay. We've also got 24 tools. If I favor harpies and I burn 18 coal a minute, 36 coal a minute, way too much coal a minute, we should be okay. Hello, how you doing? Oh, you're willing to lower the hostility. That's pretty good. I don't think I'm going to use these tools just yet. I got them in case I needed to open caches. Maybe I should be getting food here. I mean, I would love to lower hostility of the forest, so... So let's see, not that. If I want 22, I mean the forum's great, but I think I want 22 here. So we want 12. And then I'm going to get as many biscuits as I can. Okay. Can we afford another... If I sell all of that, and I sell you packs of provisions and copper, and say 31 bricks, can we also get, I don't know, 16 more? We can. Okay. And then what if I also were to get jerky? Now you'll see what I'm doing here is I'm getting advanced food. And the idea behind getting the advanced food is so that I can boost happiness in other ways. Oh, that's 77. So I don't have to burn as much. I think that works. Lower hostility, faster on roads, and a temple, which we're going to immediately build. We want that temple right away. And then, let's see. I think we want this and that. And we're going to put a corner here. And then we can put, I think, just a nice pile of lizard posts. Sure, let's do... do I want lizard posts? I like lizard posts. Lizard posts and decorative funguses. And I don't know, I need one more somewhere, so we'll just stick it here. Now I don't have to favor you. And I think We can get away with a lot less burning because I've got so much good food coming in. They're gonna finish. They're gonna finish. They're gonna finish. We need to sell 2 more ancient tablets in 9 minutes. Okay, which means I'm probably gonna have to summon the trader next year, but that should be okay. We've got, is this a beaver house? It's a human house. Okay. So we should actually just think about extending this wall all the way there to raise happiness by another 2. We've got so much stuff to build. Do I need to be happy burning at all? Probably not. Our blight post, we've got 10 of 5. Let's switch this to coal, and let's say we want to go up to 20. Because I don't know how much we're going to get from this new corrupted caravan event. Because it's every 2 minutes we're going to get like 3 more that we'll need to burn. And that's one of the things that had a bug, that I saw had a bug earlier. Okay, that's a whole lot of happiness upgrades. And I'm not too oh yeah, I'm not happy burning anything. People are pretty happy just from food alone. The corrupted caravan is finished. We have 2 more. We have our ancient tablets just in time for the storm. So we will be able to 100% sell those ancient tablets the next time we see a trader. And we've got 6 minutes to do it. They'll show up a little bit late. They're going to show up 6 seconds too late as it stands. So we are going to have to call them early. Now for the storm, I'm going to go ahead and put humans in here to help burn. Why are you guys paused? You're out of planks. Of course you're out of planks. We knew you would be out of planks. Oh wow, that is so much fabric. That is so much fabric. That is so much fabric and so much stone. My word. Okay, okay. Let's raise fabric and stone to 200. And we'll raise planks to 100. We'll set a couple humans in there. And we are going to make some stone roads up in this area. And I know it's a bit unorthodox for me to do my expansion first, but it was also not covered by walls, so that was the thinking. Harpies are unhappy, but that's kind of okay. How are we looking on tools? 17? Alright, alright. Yeah, we need 19 for that. Okay. So, now we are going to take our beavers, and we'll put some beavers here. And we're going to take these guys, we're going to move them up here because we want to clear out space around this glade. Or not glade, we want to clear out space around this hub. And then I need 3 more beavers from somewhere. Do I have anything being beavers that doesn't need to be beavers? Well, for one thing, you should be harpies. Looks like we've got beavers in a lot of beavery places, doing exactly what I want them to do. So I guess I will grab some human farmers to make mushrooms and herbs out of drizzle water. Ooh, a free insect. Urban root production goes up when we make biscuits. That is huge because we can grow herbs in the thing, but also we can get more grain when we grain, letting us get excessive grain. There are 3 excellent options here. I'm going to go with grain bags, I think, just so we can get a ton of that. And we are going to summon. Maybe not just yet. Maybe we wait until this is done. Now, let's just do it now. Make sure we get it done. And yes, we'll go with that. So I can put more beavers on wood cutting. Additional blight rot cysts appeared. Yeah, that's the bug. Is that you just perpetually get blight rot cysts basically forever, and that kind of nonsense is why I am not playing on Iron Man mode right now, because I want them to fix that before I continue the run. Yeah. So no, I'm not doing that. I don't want any of these things. I think food might be a good idea. Maybe. I have to sell stuff. It's just a question of what do I want from selling stuff. Maybe we get... Yeah, maybe what we're going to do here is buy a pile of planks plus a pile of roots. And we're just going to lower the amount of roots. There we go. And that completes that order, which gives us 35 amber plus a guild house, which is nuts. And then we can come back here with our 35 amber and decide that we didn't want anything. That's right. So let's go ahead and do this. And take our second screenshot. I noticed the other day that it's possible to do 2 or more thumbnails per video. So I'm thinking it might be interesting for me to show a little more progress via thumbnails. So if I save that as... There we go. All right, and of course, we have been going for more than an hour, which means this is a good spot for us to end this first YouTube video. If you're watching on YouTube, remember you can catch me live Monday and Thursday nights at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on twitch.tv/DreadCanary. Any changes to the schedule or other projects that I might do get announced on the dedicated Twitter I have at GhostFinchMedia. GhostFinchMedia is all one word. Of course, if you want to boost the engagement with the algorithm, I'd certainly appreciate it. We all know what to do. We've all been on YouTube for a while now. I don't think I need to spell it out for you. And I very much appreciate the people who have been engaging with me. Even if I don't respond to the comments, I do read all of them. Some of them just they look pretty good on their own, and I don't think I have to respond. But I am reading all of them, and I very much appreciate you being here. I also appreciate people watching me live on Twitch. So that is all great. Regardless, I hope you have yourselves a great day, and I'd be very glad to see you in the next one. Bye now.